What's happening, everyone? TomGorian here. Welcome to episode number 3 of the F125 Megorian to Glory My Team Career Mode series. Today, we are here for the third round of the first season, getting ready for the BAHRAIN Grand Prix in Japan. And we're starting this video with the activity timeline. They've changed the activities as far as what you can do as far as your day-to-day operations of the team. We have 4 different personnel, of course. We have the owner, we have engineer, we have the financial one, and we also have the personnel one as well. They're all highlighted in different colours, as you can see. And we have a lot of activities that we can try and do in the span of a couple of days. But also as well, we are kicking off this video with an upgrade as well. We've got our front wing adjuster bracket. No, the research, actually. We've completed the research for that front wing adjuster bracket, and now that is being that's going to be put onto the car. And now as well, we've also got that upgrade to assign. But who are we going to assign it to? We are driving as Fabio, no, Frank. Why do I keep saying Fabio? Franco Colapinto today, but I think Callum Voisin might need that upgrade. So there it is. Voisin gets the upgrade instead of Colapinto, and then the next upgrade we get, we're going to give it to Colapinto instead. Here is a chart of the performance index. As you can see, we are miles away from Kick-Sauber, as we should be. But now we're going to be looking at some of our upgrades on the chassis as well. We did the plank upgrade in the previous video, and we've also got some cable assemblies as well for the weight redistribution. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more F125 My Team content. We're going to try and get 2K by the end of the year. I know we can do it. We're looking at some durability upgrades for the MGUH. And we don't really know what we're going to be doing as far as upgrades are concerned, but we do go for the pistons upgrade, which will give us more engine power for our Mercedes engine as well. And we have over 1,400 resource points, so the plugs have been completed. The pistons have been completed. Now we're going to be looking at the spark plugs as well to increase engine power. The ring mirrors are going to be on in the next episode as well to help us with drag reduction as well. And now we're going to be advancing the timeline in towards April. And just like that, we're already in April on episode 3 of the My Team Career Mode series, as we get our first department event of the entire series, and we are at level 1 fan rating.
You've earned a training point. Performing your duties as an owner will earn you more training points that can be used to purchase training courses like these here, helping you to develop your skills and become a more effective leader. When you purchase one, you'll then need to schedule time in the activities screen to attend the course and gain the benefit from it. There are 3 different areas of training that you can pursue, and where you choose to focus your efforts will determine what kind of leader you are. Why don't we spend that training point now?
So that was just an induction as far as what each perk is for. We get 3 different types of different perks between engineering, personnel, and corporate, which all affect things from resource points to just the fan rating to just just to upgrades in general. We're going to go with the engineering focus for our first perk, for our first training activity, and we're going to get that sorted with that training program. That's only going to be 2 days. I thought it was already auto-adjusted, but we have to manually put that on. So we're going to put that on for 2 days with that activity as well. And now we're going to pretty much go in towards the corporate tab. And as you can see, sponsor negotiation team, that is our first facility improvement, and we've got that at a level 1. One of the upgrades is in development, and the front wing adjuster bracket has failed. So we're going to get that eventually for the BAHRAIN Grand Prix. It's going to take us a little bit longer though, unfortunately. I might actually put the money down for the next episode, because we have 11.4 million, well 12.85 million now in the bank, when in reality we're a new team. And that shouldn't be, we shouldn't have that much amount of money in Formula 1 just yet. However, we've got 2 new unequipped parts for the car. We're going to give one to Franco, and we're going to give the other one to Callum Callum gets the durability one, and I believe Franco gets the chassis. However, it's now time for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Bahrain, of course, is one of the five LiDAR scan tracks in F125, and you do notice the difference straight away, especially towards turn 1 and also turn 3 as well. But yeah, coming in towards qualifying, practice actually went really well, and I'm starting to really find my zone as far as really using no line now. I've used no line pretty much every single race I've been having on this game, and yeah, I don't plan on looking back now. I have to say, graphically, this game looks absolutely stunning in the day to night transition. However, we are in P14 with Franco Colapinto. I'm going to try and get this final lap sorted here in qualifying to try and move up in towards, hopefully, maybe the top 10 or the lower ends of the top 10. Braking at the 100 meter board, turning towards second gear. Apologies if you see any, I wouldn't say any minor issues with the frame rate. I don't know what was going on with my frame rate there, but yeah. In towards turn 3, again, brake at the 100 meter board, down into third gear. A little bit of understeer coming in towards the corner, but we have to straighten the exit. And we're slightly down right now by just over a tenth as we now enter the hairpin in sector 2. Third gear, and once again we just go wide, and this has not been a good lap already. I've messed up sector 1, I've pretty much messed up sector 2, as we now enter the double left-hander down in towards third gear. Make sure you don't lock up the front left and get a good exit coming out of the second left-hander, and again we're down by just over a tenth. However, sector 3 is where we gain the time back, braking just before the 50 meter board down to fourth gear, switch back to the left hand side as you go up the hill now in towards the long right-hander, and then brake at the DHL board in towards the penultimate final corner, well, the penultimate corner, and we've gained, I'd say, 0.02 of a second back, but it's not going to be enough unless we gain a tenth and a half in this final corner. Brake at the DRS line and try to aim for the curb, straighten the car out, stay to the left-hand side for the best traction. Across the line we go. It's going to be a tenth and a half up, but we do lose battery on the way end. I did use too much of my battery, and unfortunately it is P15 on the grid for the race. Yeah, not really a good lap. I mean, I did save it in the final half of it, but just with the battery usage. As you can see, Lando's on pole, but the gap between us and Lando is 1.6 seconds. Insane. Voisin qualifies 21st, but yeah, we need Voisin to really step up here. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do from P15 on the grid, and yeah, it looks close. Let's see what we can do in the race.
The stage is set for another enthralling race here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. A Ferrari stronghold in years gone by. Will they be able to add to their record today? We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Russell, Esteban Ocon, and Hamilton, Lawson, Tsunoda, Verstappen, and Pierre Gasly, Antonelli, Albon, Fernando Alonso, and Stroll, Colapinto, Bortoletto, Nico Hulkenberg, and Jack Doohan, Behrman, Sainz, Voisin, and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'd give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
So here we are, getting ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and this, out of all the tracks on this year's game, I definitely say this is the track where strategy is the most confusing. This is certainly a two-stop race, but as far as what tyres you go on for the two-stop race, it depends. I was trying to do a medium, soft, hard. I was trying to do a medium, hard, soft compound strategy for the race today. But I think I've used all my softs in practice, so I don't think I had an extra set. So I've pretty much been forced to do this strategy that the game's trying to put me on, starting on softs, then mediums, or double soft, and then hard. I've tried to see what the AI are doing, and again, it's more mixed. You got mostly soft runners, you got a couple of mediums and a couple of hards there, so the game isn't giving away what the optimum strategy is around this circuit on F125, but it is definitely a two-stop though. So in my guess, when we get custom setups and all the other stuff, I'm guessing it's probably going to be medium, hard, soft, or the other way around, whatever the case is. But this is the strategy we're going to go with today: a double stop, two stops. We're going to start on the softs, get another set of softs on, and then box for mediums. As you can see, Russell, Piastri, and also Kimi Antonelli on medium tyres. So, here we go.
Right then, the formation lap is underway here in Bahrain, where the circuit is located in the middle of sand dunes and offers near desert conditions. Let's hope we see some scorching action on track today too. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
In the land of the confusion of the tyres, we are here in Sakhir for the Bahrain Grand Prix from P15 on the grid. We're going to have to do a lot of overtaking, especially in the first couple of laps, if we really want to salvage something. Points are not out the question. But if we don't get a move on in this first lap, then it might be curtains for us. Here we go, getting ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix with 5 red lights. Here we go in Sakhir, and once again, it's another great start from us. We've already jumped Stroll and also Alonso into P13 as we go in on the inside in towards turn 1. The gap is around about there, and we've overtaken around about 6 cars going in towards turn 1, and we went from P14 all the way to P9, and now we're going side by side with Esteban Ocon going up the hill in towards turn 3. He's going to have the outside line. We're going to break up the 100 meters, and there we go, already in one sector from P14 all the way to P9 in this race. I told you that we needed to make a lot of starts, a lot of moves. As we go down the inside on Liam Lawson in towards the hairpin. He didn't see that coming, and clearly I didn't see that coming as well, and we're up to P8 already. What a dream start this has been in the Bahrain Grand Prix, as we now go on towards the end of lap 1, and we're already sliding here. As far as the tyre wear is concerned, the tyres on the softs don't last long, only realistically 5 good laps, maybe 4 good laps in the softs if you're lucky. However, Lawson has overtaken us, and we're going to re-overtake him around the outside on the curb in towards turn 1. Hamilton and Russell, 2 former teammates of last season, they're going wheel to wheel on the exit of turn 2, and we get DRS on George Russell, and I think Russell goes to the fence, and we're going to run around the outside in towards turn 3. There's yellow flag, there's smoke, and there's Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc has spun on the exit of turn 3, and let's see, oh my god, he's done a Spinella. He's done a Sebastian Vettel from 6 years ago, and Yeah, Charles Leclerc has taken great inspiration from the master himself, and that has cost Ferrari big time, and that's not what they need. That's not what they need. They've had 2 DNFs so far this season. One was Charles, one was Lewis in the previous race, and now here we are, and Charles has spun. However, we've just overtaken George Russell heading in towards the hairpin there, and now on towards lap 2, on the beginning of lap 3. Russell is going to overtake us, but notice how we downshift and we just let him go. The main aim for this race, I didn't want to battle. I didn't want to battle because if we battle, we lose time. And honestly, in a race like this where strategy is all over the place, battling and not battling is the difference between either scoring points or not scoring points. I'm not going to try and fight George Russell in towards turn 1, but Liam Lawson is down the inside, so I have no other choice but to try and fight him off. And there we go. We successfully defend against Liam Lawson as we get another set of DRS. And that's the story. That is the story of today's race. Not really fighting anyone else, but just trying to just remain in DRS. As you can see there, Liam Lawson gets past us. And this is actually great news because we're actually just... I'm trying to... In these races, I'm trying to realistically think in the first 5 laps, who are we racing today? Who are we racing? We're not racing the Red Bulls, we're not racing the Ferraris or George Russell and the Mercedes. I would like to think we're racing the Alpines and the V-Carbs here in today's race. So I think if we can just stick behind Pierre Gasly as Max Verstappen goes by, if we could stick behind Liam Lawson and also Pierre Gasly and just remain in DRS, save our battery, and just try and build that gap eventually, then that might be the difference between us finishing 10th and us finishing 11th in today's race. But as far as the car is feeling, with these upgrades, the car feels absolutely tremendous to drive. Now, I will say on worn tyres, it doesn't really feel that good, but just it feels the best it's felt this season as far as just racing on this game is concerned. As we enter turn 3, have a bit of a slide there, but it's one of those slides where you can correct in mid-corner. And yeah, Lawson goes around Lawson defends against Pierre Gasly, and as you can see with this, we still have some understeer onto the car thanks to the dirty air. So clearly, dirty air is an issue on this game. On towards lap 6, and we have Kimi Antonelli on the mediums. He is all over us, as we now, as you can see, Kimi Antonelli overtakes us there, and that is that. Goes down the inside. However, we do get DRS, and that's the most important thing. I don't care about Kimi Antonelli, I don't care about Max Verstappen, I just care about getting in the DRS and just saving my battery. And as you can see, I'm doing a quite good job, 50% so far, 8 laps in. As we enter the corner, and Pierre Gasly has spun once again, just like he did in China. He's done the exact same thing here in Sakhir, and that is Alpine's chances in the bin. However, lap 9, and we're already seeing pit stops here, and I think Max is in, I believe, an Alpine of Jack Doohan, he's also in as well. I think, no, my teammate's coming next lap, but as we enter the final corner now, the big names are coming in. We've got Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, I believe we've got George Russell, he's also in. So we're boxing for the first of 2 stops today, as I said. The strategy is double soft, hard, so we're starting on the soft tyres. We're going to go to another set of hard tyres, and then around about lap 19 we will finish this race on the hards, providing if there's no safety cars. I've changed the pit stop mode from broadcast to immersive simply because I don't want to be losing time, and as you can see, Liam Lawson just jumps us in the pit lane, so that's not really a good start for us. So now on towards lap 11, and as you can see, Kimi Antonelli in the Mercedes, he's jumped us. I mean, that's, well, jumped us, that's expected. He's literally in a Mercedes, which is like at least a second quicker than us. So clearly we've still got a lot of work to do if we want to, I'd say, compete against the likes of Mercedes and also the bigger teams. And as you can see, Liam Lawson goes down the inside. We're not going to fight him. As long as we're in his DRS, that's all that matters to me. As we're now going towards lap 13, 2 green sectors so far, so the softs are working quite well. And yeah, we're in contention right now. We're in contention for some points today. I never thought that, to be fair. I mean, I knew our pace was good, but didn't think we would be competing for points. As we do a 1 minute 34.141, and we are in 10th place. So it looks like if the race ended, we would be scoring 1 championship point, and to a team like us, 1 championship point is like winning the world championship in our first season, you know. As we, with 2 temps slower that lap, However, we're now in towards P9 because I believe the two kick Saubers, they boxed and we've jumped, I think it's Hulkenberg. There's some of the tyre wear right now, as you can see, not looking good so far. But yeah, we're keeping pace with Liam Lawson so far on the soft tyres. However, there's a yellow flag on the beginning of lap 16, and that is a Red Bull of Yuki Tsunoda and another engine failure in this My Team career mode. First, it was the Mercedes in Australia, then it was the Ferrari. No, it was the Ferrari, then it was the Mercedes, and now it's the Red Bull. So all three of the big teams have had engine failures as we're now going towards the end of lap 17, and we're boxing for our second stop. We're going to try an undercut. I believe that is Liam Lawson there, so we're going to box for the hard tyres, and that will take us to the end of the race, providing there's no safety cars, of course. And as you can see, we're going to box once again onto the hards. 2.5 estimated stop time, and as long as the pit crews don't screw us over, there you go, lovely stuff. And that will see us to the end of the race. Where is Albon? Albon is behind us, and so is Callum Voisin. He is 6 seconds, 7 seconds behind us, as Lance Stroll is coming in. Also Isaac Hadjar, he's also in. We've got a Ferrari in, an Alpine in. It's going to be really close with Charles Leclerc, and we've actually jumped Charles Leclerc. Remember, Leclerc span earlier on in the race, so we are competing against him. Well, we are, but we're not, if that makes sense. But as you can see, look at the tyre temperatures on the front right. They're still stone cold. And I believe that's simply because of my tyre pressures that I was running in the race. I was running max tyre pressures for the fronts and halfway on the rears, and that doesn't really help on a track like this, especially in the under the lights at night. But now, as we enter lap 21 here, we're just racing our own race, and we're going to try and see where we are. Albon goes to our inside, so we're going to let him by for P13. So I'm thinking right now, okay, this is going to be close as far as who's stopping. So we've got a Kick Sauber, we've got a Haas, and we've also actually, yeah, that is now, yeah, those two are stopping. So now this is for the points. This is for the points. Albon is now in 10th place. We now need to overtake Alex Albon to remain in 10th, around the outside, in towards turn 1. We'll go a little bit deep there, in towards the corner entry. And now we're going to defend from Alex Albon. Remember that Williams in a straight line is absolutely rapid. We're going to have to go defensive there, and we don't force the space. Just like Fernando Alonso said 15 years ago, all the time you have to leave the space. Clearly, no space was left there. Now on to lap 23. It's a gangbang. It's a gangbang here. We've got Esteban Ocon on softs, and also Alex Albon as well. We're racing both of these, but Ocon is going to be absolutely rapid, and as you can see on the soft tyres, yeah. And yeah, there he goes. There goes Ocon. However, the other Haas of Ollie Behrman, he's also in. So we are still in the points. So now everyone's made this stop. Now this is a genuine race for 10th place. If we can hold on to Pierre Gasly here, we will secure a point as we go around the outside of Gasly there. He tried to overtake us there, but we held our line. But yeah, this is where my driving really fell off a bit, to be fair. But Ocon sets the fast lap as Gasly goes on the inside. He's made the move stick in towards turn 1. We're going to turn in anyways, and that should be that 10th place until the main straight. However, there's a yellow flag. He's slowing down. Did we crash into him? Did we crash into him? He's holding up a couple of guys. What happened to Gasly? What happened to Gasly? He's slowing down, and there's a massive gap behind, and Gasly is out of the session. So it looks like Gasly has suffered an engine failure. And because of that, it looks like we're going to secure 10th place in this race. And because of the gap that Gasly made, we're going to finish 10th place. However, for McLaren, it's been a dominant weekend. Lando Norris wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's a McLaren 1-2 under the lights. However, for us, it's going to be our third points finish this season. A small team who's came into Formula 1 has scored over 5 points in their debut season. Around the final corner, I'm absolutely elated. 1 point here in Bahrain.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Here's the checkered flag, and our winner has landed. It's Lando Norris for victory.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
It's time for our podium celebrations. And as ever in Formula One, 3 is the magic number. He holds the trophy aloft, and why shouldn't he? A richly deserved win today for Lando Norris.
I think that deserves a like, don't you? Make sure to like the video for that P10 finish, because that was really, really good. We were in the race from the start, and I think the start really decided our race for us, and we were aggressive. You know, the gap was there on the inside. We took it. We overtook George Russell. We were fighting with the Ferraris and stuff, and from a car feeling perspective, that is probably the best that the car's felt all season long, to be fair. Even though we are in the early stages of this championship, the car does feel good, and we've secured 10th place with Franco Colapinto here in Bahrain. And yeah, 1-2 for McLaren, Hamilton in third, Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, Ocon, Lawson, Antonelli, and us. We had to fight for that. We had to really fight for that all race long. But yeah, that is that for this episode of the F125 McGorian to Glory, my team career mode series. I still haven't thought of a name for this series, but yeah, the McGorian Road to Glory, that's what we're going to call it. For part number 3, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more F125 content, as we pretty much get used to F125 and how it is. So far, I'm really enjoying the game. I'm really enjoying the handling model, and this is on its way to becoming one of the best F1 games in the last 5 years or whatever. But yeah, the next episode is the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka, another LiDAR scan circuit, and yeah, that should be fun. Thank you for watching. If you smell what the Scouse wants cooking.